Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so what we got today is a all money ain't good money, and who we are going to be talking about is Miami Commissioner Diaz de la Portilla. All right, this commissioner, Alex de la Portilla, was released after being arrested on money laundering and bribery charges. Now, this guy is a government official, and this is what he's got popping off down in Miami. So what we're going to do first is we're going to check out this video, and then we're going to get into this article.
Read it again. This is a work of fiction by a Democrat state attorney targeting a Republican city commissioner, period. There's no truth to any of this.
Flat out denial. Miami Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla walked out of jail this evening saying he did nothing wrong. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Trina Robinson.
And I'm Dwight Schroeder. Good evening. The commissioner arrested on more than a dozen corruption charges, including conspiracy, bribery, money laundering, totaling millions of dollars.
Yeah, and he blasted his arrest as being politically motivated. NBC6's Jamie Garola has been on the story all day. He joins us live with what else the commissioner had to say tonight. Jamie.
Trina, the commissioner adamant that he is innocent and says that he will fight the charges while he continues to run for re-election.
There's no truth whatsoever to any of these allegations.
Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla on the defensive Thursday night after being released from jail. He was arrested shortly after this commission meeting and booked on more than a dozen charges, including money laundering and bribery. The case is being handled by the Broward State Attorney's Office because of a conflict of interest with the state attorney in Miami-Dade.
This is a work of fiction by this prosecutor. This is a Democrat state attorney from Broward County who's targeting a Republican commissioner from Miami. The same thing is happening to President Trump at the national level.
How did I know that? As soon as you can hear these people talking about the left and politicizing and political and blah 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 blah, of course somehow this is his Trump moment. It's ridiculous.
With four different false prosecutions, it's happening to me in Miami at the local level. I don't have a comment.
Also arrested, attorney and lobbyist William Riley Jr. Riley Jr. and Diaz de la Portilla accused of conspiring to launder almost $250,000 in political contributions to back building a sports complex in the city, although investigators didn't name it. However, the new Freedom Park is in the district he represents.
There's nothing true about this complaint. I have not read the whole thing. I need to speak to my attorney, obviously.
So he said there's nothing true about the complaint, and he hasn't read the entire thing. So if you haven't read the entire thing, how do you know that there's nothing true in there?
Like make any comments at what I can say or not say. This is a work of fiction.
They're saying that you conspired to launder money from
absolutely not true.
For soccer stadium.
Not an ounce of truth.
Other allegations include accepting more than $15,000 in payments for Diaz de la Portilla's brother and did not report them. Diaz de la Portilla's brother ran to be a judge. The FDLE also accusing Diaz de la Portilla of operating and controlling two political committees used to support his brother's campaign and
now that's what you call a value chain.
For personal expenses.
Will you still seek re-election? Of course I'll seek re-election, and I'm going to win.
Are you worried about the governor removing you?
No, because I'll seek re-election again and win. Because the people in that community, the people in my district, know me as a state senator, a state representative, a commissioner, and they trust me. They know I'm honest, I'm direct, and I say the truth. There's no truth whatsoever to any of these allegations.
Now, if convicted, both could spend some hefty time in prison. Reporting live tonight in Northwest Miami-Dade, Jamie Garola, NBC6 News.
So there's that. All right, there is that. So now here it says Miami Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla was arrested Thursday on more than a dozen serious charges, including money laundering and bribery, authorities said. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement arrested Diaz de la Portilla and attorney William W. Riley Jr. on 1 count of money laundering, 3 counts of unlawful compensation or reward for official behavior, 1 count of bribery, and 1 count of criminal conspiracy. I mean, like with criminals like this, these are the guys enforcing the law. Diaz de la Portilla, who is 58, is also charged with 4 counts of official misconduct, 1 count of campaign contribution in excess of legal limits, and 2 counts of failure to report a gift, according to a statement by FDLE. Riley Jr., who is 48, is also charged with failure to disclose lobbyist expenses. The commissioner was present at a short city commission meeting Thursday at City Hall before being arrested in the afternoon. According to FDLE, agents found evidence indicating Diaz de la Portilla and Riley Jr. accepted more than $15,000 in payments for Diaz de la Portilla's brother, Miami-Dade County Court judicial campaign, but did not report them as required by Florida statutes. Riley Jr. controlled a bank account in the name of a Delaware-based corporation to launder approximately $245,000 in concealed political contributions made by a management services company in exchange for permission to build a sports complex in Miami, the FDLE said. It is always sad and regrettable when an elected official is criminally charged with abusing the public's trust, but the community should find some solace in the fact that today's arrest will shine a bright light on the alleged criminal conduct, stated Miami-Dade Commission on Ethics and Public Trust Executive Director Jose Orojo. The investigation leading to today's arrest of City of Miami Commissioner Alex de la Portilla and local attorney William W. Riley Jr. began as an inquiry into possible violations of local ethics ordinances. Once it became evident that a violation of criminal law was indicated, the matter was brought to prosecutors and law enforcement. Further investigation determined that Diaz de la Portilla also operated and controlled 2 political committees, used not only to support his brother's campaign, but also for personal expenditures, authorities said. Records obtained by FDLE showed that one of the committees reported total donations of approximately $2.3 million, and the other reported total donations of more than $800,000. Diaz de la Portilla and Riley Jr. were booked into the Turner Guilford Night Detention Center and were expected to appear in front of a judge in first appearance bond court in Miami on Friday. In a statement after his arrest, Diaz de la Portilla denied the allegations. "I have not done anything wrong. Clearly, this action has been timed and executed for shock and awe purposes, to create the maximum damage to my political campaign and family. This is nothing more than prosecutorial abuse of our court system, abuse of process, and the unfortunate weaponization of law enforcement targeting conservative Republicans for political purposes and career advancement," the statement read. "When the smoke clears, I am confident these spurious charges will evaporate into thin air. Any further comment will be through my attorney." After release on bond Thursday night, the Republican commissioner again denied the charges while speaking to reporters. "This is a work of fiction by this prosecutor. This is a Democrat state attorney from Broward County who's targeting a Republican commissioner from Miami. The same thing that's happening to President Trump at the national level with 4 different false prosecutions is happening to me in Miami at the local level. We're seeing it on a national level. Now we're seeing it on a local level. There's nothing true about this complaint," he said. "Not an ounce of truth in those allegations. The only problem is that literally nobody is seeing this happen because everybody's not getting targeted everywhere unless they're suspected of doing some wrongdoing." So we're going to check this out and see exactly what this is talking about and see exactly what he's talking about right here.
This is a work of fiction by this prosecutor. This is a Democrat state attorney from Broward County who's targeting a Republican commissioner from Miami. The same thing that's happening to President Trump at the national level with 4 different false prosecutions is happening to me in Miami at the local level. We're seeing it at the national level, and now we're seeing it at the local level. There's nothing true about this complaint. I have not read the whole thing. I need to speak to my attorney, obviously, before I make any comments and what I can say or not say. This is a work of fiction.
They're saying that you conspire to launder money from political
Absolutely not true.
for a soccer stadium.
Not an ounce of truth. Not an ounce of truth. Those allegations. Yo niego todo. Yo tengo una carrera de integridad, honestidad. Fui senador estatal, fui representante estatal, ahora soy comisionado. Nunca he tenido un escándalo, nunca he tenido un problema. Soy una persona honesta y vamos a ganar. Vamos a ganar la reelección y vamos a ganar el caso legal. Of course.
It's amazing how you can switch from a white guy to a Latino. Isn't that amazing?
Seek re-election. and I'm going to win.
Are you worried about the governor removing you?
No, because I'll see re-election again and win. Because the people in that community, the people in my district, know me as a state senator, a state representative, a commissioner, and they trust me. They know I'm honest, I'm direct, and I say the truth. There's no truth whatsoever to any of these allegations.
Dicen que ha estado manejando dos comités, más de $245,000, $800,000 en otro comité. Son acusaciones bastante fuertes. ¿Cómo lo ve usted?
No he leído las acusaciones. Los comités políticos son normales. Y es todo lo que pasa en todas las campañas políticas, en todas partes de los Estados Unidos. Todo el mundo tiene comité político, desde el presidente Biden hasta la persona más local.
¿Usted no le dio $15,000 a su hermano para la campaña política?
Yo no le di $15,000 a mi hermano para la campaña política. Yo me gasté $100,000 para la campaña de mi comité político para ayudar a mi hermano. Perfectamente legal.
What about the allegations that you divert money from your brother's judicial campaign?
That's not true. I haven't read the allegations. None of that is true. This is a work of fiction. I'll repeat it again. This is a work of fiction by a Democrat state attorney targeting a Republican city commissioner, period. There's no truth to any of this.
I think it's interesting now that anytime a politician gets in trouble, instead of us focusing on the corruption, all of a sudden somehow it's political. If you ask me, most of these people are corrupt to the core. And the reason why they're getting in trouble for corruption is probably because they're corrupt. So now here it says Diaz de la Portilla has served as commissioner for District 1, representing Flagami, Alapata, and parts of Little Havana since 2020. He was previously elected to the state of Florida House of Representatives in 1994 and served 6 years until being elected to the state of Florida Senate in 2000. He was a member of the Florida Senate until 2010. He said he'd seek re-election and is determined to win. The people of that community, the people of my district, they know me as a state senator, a state representative, and a commissioner, and they trust me. They know that I'm honest, I'm direct, and I say the truth, he said. There's no truth whatsoever to any of these allegations. Diaz de la Portilla, attorney, issued a statement Thursday to address the allegations against the commissioner. Commissioner Diaz de la Portilla has done nothing wrong. This arrest without notice or an opportunity to show that the charges are false and unsupported is an outrage and a political assault on the city of Miami. Voters timed to alter the outcome of the District 1 election, the statement said. This action has been timed and executed for shock and awe purposes to create the maximum damage to Commissioner de la Portilla's campaign and his family. This is nothing more than prosecutorial abuse of our court system, abuse of process, and the unfortunate weaponization of law enforcement targeting an effective and conservative Republican lawmaker by a Democrat state attorney for political purposes and career advancement. In a brief statement, City of Miami officials said that they were informed of the commissioner's arrest. We are not aware of the nature of the charges beyond what has been publicly released and cannot comment on any aspect of this situation, the city said in the statement. The City of Miami will monitor the situation accordingly. So this isn't the first time that we hear something crazy, something corrupt about, a politician. And again, like I said, now the thing is when these politicians get in trouble, the first thing that they want to do is cry politicization, when actually, when it comes down to it, when you look into these people's history, when you look into their connections, when you look into their past, when you look into what they're doing and how they're dealing, there's always a lot of shade and a lot of shady dealings. You may agree, you may disagree. If you know more about this situation, make sure that you guys leave it in the comment section. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right, peace.